Hi.
Alrighty, g'day. Welcome to today's stream. Today we're going to be doing a bit of Choco work. Maybe we might be doing some additional work with the OBS timer. That's pretty much today. I'm just going to do a quick voice check, make sure everything's working. 2 secs. Cool, alright, let's get stuck into it. So, today we're going to be working with the might be working with this, we'll see. Today we'll be working with the, actually I don't need Spotify, I'll go ahead and close that. Just make sure everything I need is closed. All right, cool. So yeah, today we'll be working with doing the changes to building a Choco package with the SelMVP module. Honestly, I don't really expect anyone to be using it from a Choco perspective, but at the same time, I was trying to understand what the process of building a Choco package is, and being able to actually release it on the public repo. Also today will be, if we also have some time, which depends on how long it's going to take, we might be working a little bit on the OBS timer. So that's today. So let's get started. So obviously this is our build script, which goes through and it essentially just compiles the PowerShell, all the PowerShell functions within the module, and basically into a single PS1 file, and basically it builds it according to a specific set of directions. So what we might need to do is this might need to take place after the build. So essentially you have a complete package that's ready, that has been built. So we can see here, we can actually probably run this, to be honest. Here's the open. Okay, this is, it's running 5.1. So let me go ahead and switch this. Because at the end of the day though, the build package used 7. I know that PowerShell uses, where is it? Essentially it uses, yeah, there we go, 7.1, cool. All right, so the build uses 7 anyway, so we can go ahead and run this. It's running the latest version anyway, so we can see what it's doing. So we're just gonna build module, not that, build module. Oh, is it there? Yeah, it is. The build module. Cool. All right. So if we run that, that essentially has built the module. I'm just going to quickly run it again with the boast. That didn't do anything. Did it actually build it? Yeah, there it is there. Okay. Don't understand why I didn't pass anything when I passed for those. Probably because I didn't have the... I don't know why. Those. Okay, anyway. So within here, you can see here we've got our libraries. Everything's basically built into the module. Contributions is here. Let's create this directory. But essentially everything's just been built into this. So it's a single PSM1 file. Makes it a little bit easier to manage. Yeah, so that's pretty much that. You can see it's just pretty straightforward, which is cool. All right, so we need to be able to take that and then build it into a Choco. So I have no idea what I'm doing here, so we're just going to go to Choco. B-O-L-E-C-L-E-Y. Chocolatey. All right, so there should be a learn. Package creation. Here we go. Create packages. Let's read the quick start. Let's read that and that. Okay. Package creates a new spec file. This defines the package. Do I already have a new spec file? No, no. So when deploying to your own artifact, you need to create a new spec file. When deploying to a PowerShell gallery, you don't need to provide a new spec file. I'm guessing it does it for you. Package making an installation script. This can be very simple. Okay, cool. To generate a new package, Choco new H will get you started seeing the options available to you. Once you've figured out all the options, you should move forward with generating your template. Edit template using common sense. Okay, so we're in build, so let's just create a new directory and let's just call it Choco. Choco new H. Oops. What was it? H and U? Oh, what am I writing? I write new. Jeez. New H. Oh, jeez. I'm not with it today. Okay, cool. All right, what do we got here? Just pop this up. Okay. The new name, options, switches, properties. Oh, okay, so possible properties to pass. Starting in 0.9.1.0, you can pass arbitrary property value pairs through the templates. This really unlocks the ability to create packages automatically. Okay. Okay, yep, you can see them there. Use Chocolatey for Business to create custom packages just like Honey you can run for native installers. Okay, cool. All right, so see scripting in the command. So I think we can probably automatically build this. These are the properties that we can pass. URL 64 silent args. Well, this is an interesting thing. Where would we go and grab it? I think personally, if that was the case, I'd probably go grab it from GitHub. But what am I publishing up on GitHub? Where's my releases? I do have what's in here? That's just the source code itself. That's not an actual build. But do I need to build the module in GitHub as well? Sounds about right. And then that makes it into the release. Which is kind of funny though, because the current way the GitHub Action's set up, is on a publishing, it will go on ahead and push it to the gallery, and it will run publish module. Point to that. So maybe, since it's already been built here, so it builds the module here and it publishes it, we then can basically construct the Choco package, but we also need to construct we need to construct a release. Yeah, because it's on PS Gallery publish. But that would then create an infinite loop. Maybe we need to change the way that we're basically doing releases here. The other thing is that it doesn't look like it's doing any tests. I know that I'm doing tests. I'm not doing tests. Unit tests. Okay, so yeah, it's a separate build task that's running unit tests. So if it fails with unit tests, then it will fail here. What am I going to do? Because ultimately it's building. It's easy to build, and it needs to, like, the way that I would prefer it to point to my original site. Because at the end of the day, though, PS Gallery. I'm gonna change the what branch am I on? Okay, I'm staging. Probably should can that. I'm just gonna discard all these changes. I'm just gonna create a new branch. Okay, so now the thing that this is on a release. Now I'm wondering GitHub Actions kind of other items we can, what parameters we can put in here, because I think we can probably pass I think we'll be able to pass something in there that maybe it's on a zip file or something like that, that it gets sorry, that it gets published to the gallery. The other alternative is to build it internally and then basically publish it in one step, which I'm not a really big fan of. I kind of like to have the steps broken out a little bit more in this instance. Might just do a quick search on release. Manage release, that's fine. View activity, work with file branches and merges, level features. No, that's all fine. Yep. Okay, on push pull requests, we can use push and pull requests when you configure a workflow. Let's type keywords to narrow down the activity types that will trigger your workflow. Okay, so I'm published, created, and edited. Okay. So I think what we might do. See what other what Choco's done. What's in the chocolatey? Here we go. One by Choco. Here we go. No files. There's no files. Where's the script? Where's the script? Contact maintainers, contact site admins, package broken, package outdated. How are you passing it in? Individual. Doesn't really say. I can only surmise that. Have a look at. I can only surmise that it's done through the gallery. I'm trying to work out whether he's gone directly from his Git or he's gone to the gallery. Because ultimately, you can just go and create a script that basically pulls it from the gallery. That's easy. But I'm trying to figure out if he's pulling it from his Git. Honestly, the way that we could probably change this is that the publishing, this component can build, and then basically you obviously have different types of the release within GitHub Actions. So if we go back to the Docker, wherever the Docker was, there was different types for the release here, so we've just obviously got publish. I'm just gonna quickly find it. So we have published, unpublished, created, edited, deleted. So you could honestly do created. So when you create the package, create the release, it would then go ahead, build. Oh, sorry. When a new change gets pulled into master, would go ahead and create the package, create a new version, and then deploy it that way. I think that's going to be something that we need to look at another day, unfortunately. I think we'll run out of time looking at that today, but I do think that maybe that's probably going to be the better way to make our Choco package a little bit more robust. So we can go to like today we'll go to from the gallery, but essentially I think the better way to do it would be is to modify the GitHub actions so that essentially the build takes place on the creation of the release, and then so it starts already getting the module into a state whether it's ready for the release, and then from that it then starts looking at, once it's done that, then it can actually then publish it. So I think the way that I think I'm going to do that is create a zip file of the module, and then within that essentially that basically becomes the release package, the actual module release package, and then basically from there that can then be deployed either to Choco or whether it can be deployed to PowerShell Gallery. So that's the way I think I'm going to do it going forward. Cool. All right. So next thing we're going to be doing is we'll just have a quick look back at our Choco. So we've got a couple of things that we can pass. So package version, maintain a name, maintain a repo, install a type URL. So these, how do we want to do this? Do we want to... I'm going to rename this to... I think I'm going to build it in the script and then have a YAML file to call it. So, so I think what we need to do is just grab some of this top stuff. So this is dependent on having an actual build made. So I think that's the first thing that we need to do. I'm just going to go and have a quick look. There's a build directory. I'm just going to grab all that. Yeah, that's fine. So first things first is we need to test. So just going to do a test path. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to write this in a sub expression. So I'm just going to... Oh... Let me put an array in there. Cool. All right, we're just going to pass it an array. So what we can do here is we can just say test path output. So we can then go test path. Wrap that inside of that test path. I'm going to basically pass the build module directory. Oops. Oh, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to do that. Build module directory, build module file. We need the PSD file. See what the contributions directory is, but anyway. The libraries, we need the libraries as well. Is there anything? Break this down a bit, make it a little bit easier to read. Now is the build. Okay, so I think that's fine. Alright, so I think that should be enough to satisfy the requirements. So if it doesn't exist, then we know the build hasn't run. If the build fails, then this step won't run anyway, so that's fine. So we can just say build in PowerShell Choco package. HOCO spelling chocolatey correctly? No, I'm not. Okay, cool. All right. So building the Choco package. Go ahead to do that. That's fine. Test the build's present. We can just basically say if test path output. We can actually just say not. I'm also going to set an error action to stop. So we're just going to say output, and then we're going to say install. If not test path output, install more. It's going to do a throw. Complete. Build was not started. Right. Close. We can just say join. What we're going to do here, just pop that on a new line, like so. From that, we can then just join them together to a single string, and we can just separate it by a comma. Just want to make sure that looks good. You just quickly wrap that in the right host. Oh boy. That should be fine if that's the case. Oh, actually, what we can do is just say, we can just quickly do that. Hopefully that's enough for it to meet the requirements. That isn't. So what we're going to do is cool. We'll do it that way. All right. So from that, we can then just. So that will write out the verbose output. We can then just go test path, pass the array in, so we don't have to deal with all that. So then obviously if there's not, actually we can just get rid of that and then do this. Now, interestingly, I think because it's returning a Boolean array, we actually need to do this. If test path is false. So essentially we're going to use actually contains false. We're going to use the contains operator to test whether it's false, because we're expecting an array result. All right, cool. All right, so once we've done that, we can build the Choco. All right, so if we go back here, up a new Bob, so we can basically format our tags. I think I'll try that. No, I don't like that. We're going to just go parameters. Okay. Container name is money. Package version. You can get the package version from the actual package. So we can go let's just have a quick look at how it's doing it. I think it's we can just get it from the PSD file, so I just get it from the manifest. So I just need to get it from the manifest because that's a better way to do it. So we need to load the manifest. So what we're going to do is let's pass manifest. What we're going to do is do we have a manifest? Yep, there's our manifest. So we can just dot source it, that should be fine. So we can then just say manifest.version. Is it module version? Module version. So we can just say module version. So that's package version, maintainer name, maintainer repo. So we can just basically, is that already in there as well? In there as well. So we might as well just pass the repo in, which is pass that in like so. Package name, maintainer repo, installer type. What's the installer type? exe. SI. Possibility pass, no, blah, 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 blah. You can arbitrary property pal, yep. You download a native installer from a URL installed on your machine, has arrow handling built in. If you're embedding the package, oh, yes. Okay. All right. So we can then just go. I'm just going to play PS1. So we can just say the URL. Let's point to the gallery. Gallery. Will have to happen after the build. So we're going to have to go get module. Well, we're going to have to do a find module. We're going to run that. It's not there. It is there. Okay. All right, so we can then just go version, minimum version, 2.9.8. Does that give us any info? What I'm looking for is, does it include the URL? Like, it's got to be in there somewhere. I'm just going to dump it in here. Just have a quick pop. It's interesting how it doesn't actually auto-resolve. Reason why is because it's a multitude of different objects. A bit more painful, isn't it? Is it an array or is it a collection of objects? I think it's a, oh sorry, it's a, I'm just going to get number. G'day, how you going? Good morning to Down Under. Yes, it's definitely morning in Australia here. It's actually 7:30. It's not too early now, but it was definitely a lot early when I woke up, but not as early as I usually wake up. So, Especially like, because essentially what I need to do is go and get the URL. So the NuGet spec file, which is this, or the NuGet package file. That's all we need is a NuGet package file. I wonder what it looks like. You know, honestly, I could just literally hard code that. Like, if we know that that's the link to that package. But the thing is that that's not actually that's just the zip file. This is pointing to the installer. So I need to write an installer, which is referenced on GitHub, I think. Let me just hang on a sec. Let me just. What programming language is this? This is PowerShell. So a little bit about PowerShell. PowerShell is an automation language that's baked into Windows. Comes with many variants, but it's used by sysadmins, a lot of automators. Essentially, it's a competitor to Python, but allows you to automate a lot of things in PowerShell. Kind of comes with two sides of it. Obviously, the script engine, which is what we're looking at here, so you can essentially write code. See here, just writing some code. Or essentially you can write this. It has desired state configuration, which is a domain-specific language, which allows you to write infrastructure as code. So yeah. So here, I'm just trying to work out. It's like, what's the best process here to build this Choco package? Should I be... Because the way I see it, execute PowerShell using an external process instead of the built-in PowerShell host, only using an internal host as power. No, don't need that. Choco new Bob. Well, let me just say Choco new. Well, let's do this. So we're just gonna say okay. Let's just do this. So let's go Choco new. Keep a copy of it. Choco new SelMVP. Yeah, package version. Let's just say maintain a name. Is Michael's an arm. Oh, and let's just run this. Like, let's just try and figure out what it's going to do. Okay. Generating. Okay, a whole bunch of stuff in here. Let's have a look. What do we have? Okay, so we've got a new spec file. A README. Okay, how do I create packages? Great. The application's a GUI. You should create an empty file next to the GUI. Is it self-contained? If you have a self-contained package, you can remove all the automation scripts entirely and just include the executables, and they'll automatically be shimmed, which puts them on the path. Ensure that you have the legal rights to it. Okay, so I can just literally just package it inside of here. That creates the new spec file. So MSI file type or MSU. But I can literally just package it in here. Full chocolatey package. Package args. Full chocolatey zip package. Okay, I know what I need to do. All right, so we can just basically go and download the zip file, which we need. It builds the module here. Now we've got a chicken and the egg issue. Essentially, what's going to happen is that the release. So what the issue that we're having is that within my GitHub, there's a. If we have a look at the releases, so the releases are essentially just just the source code. That's it. So it creates a zip file. So I could just go here and go and grab the zip, but that's just the full repo, which is not ideal in the slightest. I could have a build which edits the release and adds the module. Maybe? How can I do that? I'm just trying to think, because ultimately what I'm going to need to do is have a zip file for the repo. So within the repo of the module itself, not just the source code. How am I going to do that? So I think what we can do here is what we're going to do is where's my deploy to Choco? Okay, that's a YAML file, never mind. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're just going to basically say URL 64 installer type is zip, and then what we're going to do is create these files essentially we can literally just replace so what we can, and then we obviously have the installer. Yeah, okay. Before modify. So we don't need anything before modify, we just need to install and uninstall. So what we're going to do, we're going to create a Choco, which I already have one here, and then we're going to go ahead and create scripts. We're just going to go grab install, move that, uninstall, move that. Yep. That. What license do we have? Don't need that. Okay, cool. All right. Let's just go ahead and delete that. And then what we're going to do is create a build directory. And within there, what we're going to do is our install script essentially just needs to go and grab that file. Okay, cool. All right, this is starting to come together. So the next thing that I need to figure out is I need to re-engineer the deployment process. So essentially, when I create a release, it needs to create a Choco release and bundle all that up as well. Because I think the issue here is that within the release, we've got a chicken the egg scenario where basically it will run the build automatically on a release creation, which means there's, yeah, it ain't gonna work. So I haven't actually done a release in ages, so I'm just gonna have a quick look at what the process is again. So new release. Okay, so I think yeah, I've got obviously a draft release, and then I need to interesting. Let's have a quick look at here. Okay, we can attach binaries. Maybe I edit the existing release and then attach the binary onto it once it's built. Can we GitHub edit release? We're just going to say GitHub attach binary to release actions. So on created, create release artifacts, check out the repository, generate the artifacts, upload the artifacts, uses GitHub action, publish builds, binaries at master, advanced configuration. Okay. Your workflow, configuration names, workflows, GitHub release will contain a reference to the GitHub token. However, you do not need to generate that or update your projects in any way. You can inject secrets. Yep. Okay, cool. All right. So if that's the case, on release created. All right, let's have a look what we got here. So So the way that we kind of need to re-engineer this, so that's published. You can go ahead and rebuild it. I don't really care, to be honest. That's fine. So we're going to need to create a new one. I'm going to call it list created. Go ahead, grab that. So essentially, so essentially when we create it, it will check out the repository, generate the artifacts. So if we want to generate the artifacts, it generates build artifacts. That your GitHub build script creates a set of binaries that can be accessed. Okay, alright, this is... Okay, check out the code, run the test, run the build, generate the artifact, upload the artifacts. Okay, enabling the action. It's 2 steps. You might create a file within release. I think it actually wants release. Yeah, add your project specific. GitHub build. Okay, so this is a script that will actually carry out your build steps. A sheep might just run that. A Golang might run go build. Okay, so we then need to create a build script. So let's go ahead and do that. Build. Oh no, that's .github, and that's in here. Build. Okay, this is a script that basically runs. So sample. So the builder is GitHub build. Okay, so generate the artifacts. So essentially we can call the build script to do that. Where the script runs. Building. I need to do a quick search for GitHub build script. Build script. What's it actually wanting to run? Create release. Yep. GitHub workflows release. Yep. Add your project specific builds. Just run rake. A quick search on this for examples. GitHub.com, start PowerShell. Oh, whoops, sorry, I'm gonna put this on here so you guys can see what I'm doing. I don't. So within the GitHub, nope. Okay, what's another one? Yes, again. Passion Gallery. Yes, Selenium. Come on. Jeez, it's running slow today. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at what your workflow is. Okay, so you got a release YAML. Okay, what's your release? Yep, so you're just basically publishing the module. So you're not necessarily creating a release. No, you're not. You're not creating a release. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So configuration runs the script GitHub build every time a release is made for your project file and is defined in the file. Okay, well, why search for that? I think we're gonna have to go and have a look at the doco. Where's it build? Yeah, but there's specific this workflow use actions. The name Ruby build. So this build, I think, really just kind of on something like that, I feel like. But the problem is I don't believe that's accurate. Because if we look at the documentation, it doesn't just say how the configuration runs the script that each time a release. I wonder if it's in here. Nope. Build script from within the repository. Set E. If script, build script not present. Okay, so it's just running a bash script. Oh, so if it's running a bash script, we can then just kind of once the script. The builder. Then from that, generate that, so build it. So we need to have a look at where it's publishing the binaries. And we also need to zip it up. And we also need to make sure we're installing PowerShell. Okay, well, we're going to need to do that as well. So yeah. Okay, cool. All right, sweet. So we can just kind of do something like that. But what I'm hoping that PowerShell's installed on the actual on Bash. I don't know. So we'll see. All right. That's something that we'll have to have a look at. So how's it uploading the artifacts anyway? So that's the next thing we need to work out. How's it uploading artifacts? Repository contains simple allows you to attach new binaries to GitHub. Okay, sample. Following configuration files uses this action along with GitHub action build action to generate artifacts for a project and then attach them to a release. Yep. And then publish. Uploads previously generated build artifacts. This action intended to be created on a release event, which means GitHub itself will create a new release. Then upload the specified artifacts to that release. How's it figuring out where? Sure that GitHub token secrets included. Yep. Sure that the pattern. Yep. In past, we invoked a build script to generate the artifacts prior. We no longer do so, but they must exist. Test them for here. Have we found the artifacts? For file in input args, do. Found file. Okay, so where is the input args? The file, these will be stored as environment, as input args, input release. Okay, yep. Prepare for the headers. Okay, so I think I'm also going to need to zip them up, maybe. Okay. What I'm thinking at the moment is I'm trying to figure out, okay, can I just, so that really is just running a script within there, but the thing is I need to zip that file up. The thing is that I don't actually necessarily need to do that specific step if I can just run my own step to do that action. So that makes it a little easier because we can, as long as that we can GitHub action environment variables. Okay, so essentially we can just GitHub sets default environmental variables. Environmental variables are case sensitive. Commands run an action. So you can see here in the this is release and the script itself, it needs report if no matching files were found. Okay, so the input args, so for each file an input args. So input args can just be set, and then that basically can call that, and that will just then publish it. The only thing is what is input release ID. Is it actually required? Use supplied value, release ID. Using supplied release ID. See if we need that, but essentially, okay, cool. All right. So we can just, all right. I know what we can do now. So we don't necessarily need to run this, but what we can do is we can go to gallery, grab that. We can build a module that way. And then we're going to need to package it. So we can just package it in line. So the way we can do that is this. Say packaging and and then from here, what we can say is, because if we run a build, let's just quickly run a, actually, let me just quickly, I'm just going to say, just push those changes up. That means that then I can go back here, run our build. To zip this up. So we can just go compress. Compress archives path slash SE SelMVP destination path MVP SEL MVP.zip. And there we go. And there's a zip file. And that should contain all the files. Now, I'm hoping it didn't do that. Actually, it's not the end of the world because it's already got the directory, so maybe we'll just leave it as is. But the main thing is that the directory's structure is preserved. So, so what we can do here is bin that, and then within here, basically just say that slash build and that will essentially compile it. So that'll compress it, essentially creating the module. And then the next thing we need to do is set an environment variable. Custom, you need to specify the variables in the workflow file. You can define custom environmental variables using step job and using the env. Okay, so env. So then essentially, okay, so essentially then what we can do here is pass those other ones in. So if we go back and have a look at the build, we need to input args. So all we need to put in here is that. And that should be enough for it to do that. I take that you're packaging up your PowerShell MVP module to be deployable through Chocolatey. G'day BW, yes, that's the case. What I need to do is I need to re-engineer the I need to re-engineer the GitHub build process because the way it's not particularly it's not going to. I need the module zip file to be packaged into release so that when I actually create the Choco package, I can refer to that zip file. So that's what I'm just doing here is creating a release process, GitHub action where when the release is created, it will build the module. Oops, just get rid of that. It will build the module and then basically package the environment variable. Check out the repository. So when we actually, and then essentially that will then build it. So that will solve that issue. And I actually don't need to use this build. I can just get rid of that. So, and so essentially it'll compress the file and then basically upload it and upload that zip file with the arguments example. I don't think we need any args in that at all. Oh, maybe that's where it needs to look at. Maybe that's where it needs to look at. I'm just going to leave both of them now, see what happens. I think that might be where it needs to look at, so I don't think we need this. What's the comment for a YAML? That. So I think that will then package it. Why chocolatey and not Winget? There's a couple of reasons. We're looking at using Choco at work, so I just want to be across, make sure that I fully understand the Choco deployment process. But the other reason why is because it was always an intention to move it to, or to have a Choco package, and then and honestly, Winget's kind of not something that I'm looking at the moment. So maybe in the future I might use Winget, but yeah, not now. All right. Alrighty, cool. All right, so the next thing we're gonna need to do is focus. So we're going to need to actually get the URL. We don't even know what that URL is yet, so that's going to be something that we're going to need to do. We're also going to need to figure out the build script for Choco. So the way that I see it is the Choco install script is actually pretty simple. Honestly, if removing URL 64, please remove from here. Honestly, that's pretty much the same thing. I don't even think we need a URL 64, we just need a URL. So install directory. So deprecating portable example. So the way that I'm thinking of doing this is using install chocolatey zip package, the package name. So package name. Okay, so yeah, that's just a predefined variable. So if that's the package name, that would then mean that I need to off topic, but is there parking at Hudson? No, but if you download secure, if there's a secure park, it's like secure park. You can reserve a spot over at the Jade Buddha, which is like literally across the road. And you can just basically go there. So that'd probably be another option. All right, so plenty of parking in my place. That's a hell of a drive though. I think the next thing, so I'm just checking my emails because I just thought I got a notification about something. The next thing is if we're unzips a file to specify auto overwrites existing content. Yeah, okay, so I think what we're going to need to do here really, I just think I just need to install chocolatey zip package, URL, install directory, install 64. Okay, well, if there's an install 64, I'm just going to put that in there then. There's a URL 64. I'm just going to put that in there. Install chocolate zip package. Now, the question is package name, URL, install directory. Where is my install directory going to go? That is the question. Where is the install version? Package name. Where's install directory going? Oh, damn it. Keep doing that. Find install directory. Okay. So install directory, join path, then remove package name. Okay, well, if I'm going to make one. Install directory, I'm just going to say, where should I install this? I think honestly, I'm probably going to maybe the local user. I don't think you need to install it to the machine, but you do need it to the local user. All right. And also, it's going to need to install the Selenium PowerShell module as well. Yeah. Okay. That's not cool. What's that variable called? I'm just trying to look for the variable that basically PS module path. That's what I'm looking. No, it's not that. What's it called? It's called environmental PS module path. That's what it is. So what we can probably do. That's going to be a tough one. We've got. Okay, split. VS Code. Huh. JADSC output is a valid module location. Well, there you go. That needs to change. I'm just trying to figure out a way that I can essentially figure out which get user. What's it called? User. Oh, sorry. Scope. Current user. Get current user scope. On the current user scope is home. Okay, so that's the current user scope. So this, from the documentation, is the current user scope. Okay, cool. All right, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to basically say current user scope. And what we can do is we can just say join path, and then we can say child path, and what we can say here is that's a problem. Does it need to have a version number? I'm not going to install it with a version number, and it's just going to replace itself. You don't need to have multiple versions of this module. Okay, so that's my install directory. Just install the current user scope. That's the URL. Install property zip package. URL 64. Install directories there. Package name. That it should be it. Don't need anything else. Just that. Uninstall. Don't uninstall chocolatey zip package. There's zip. There is. Look at that. Only necessarily if you did not unpack the package directory. Have a look. We'll uninstall zip file. Okay, so it's only if the files. This is not necessarily if the files are unzipped to the package directory. The other thing is that it needs Selenium. Honestly, if it's going to install Selenium, I think I should be installing it in the installer. They're not going to like that. Well, actually, no. The module can install it, and then I just need to basically run an uninstall on it. That's really it. I don't really need to do anything else, do I? Sorry, I'm so tired. Excuse me. We don't need that. What we need. Honestly, I could just write a manual uninstall. Like, does it even need it? Like, how do we uninstall? Install, stop Windows Service, start, install chocolatey package, update session environment, write chocolatey failure, test process admin rights. Don't need admin on this. Set environment variable, install chocolatey Windows Service, install chocolatey. Install chocolatey PowerShell command. What do we got here? This will install a PowerShell script as a command on your system. Like an executable file, this can be run from a batch redirect. Will do the same, calling PowerShell with this command and passing your arguments to it. If you include a URL, it will first download the PowerShell file. Well, there you go. So you can install it as a PS1. But we don't really need to, because it's just a zip file. Install chocolatey zip file. Does that actually extract it? I know it sounds silly, but I just want to make sure it does that. Download the file and unzip it on your machine. If you're embedding the files directly in a package, do not need to download the file. Use get chocolatey unzip instead. No, we're going to use that. Cool. All right. So then that means that the only thing we need to do is uninstall chocolatey package. What is it doing here? File type, package name. This will uninstall software from your machine and programs and features. We don't want that. This may not be necessary if the auto install is installed. No, we don't want that. What we want is the ability to just delete some files. Uninstall chocolatey zip package, uninstall chocolate environment, uninstall binary file. Doesn't look like there's one there. Okay, what I'm thinking, okay, let's have a quick look at the uninstall. Looks like I can just delete it anyway. Well, yeah, okay, so let's just go ahead and delete it. So what we're going to do is with the install, I'm going to say, okay, so PS, I'm going to install Selenium. So we're going to go install module names, scope, current user. So essentially that will download and install Selenium for the current user. Okay, so what I'm thinking is within the uninstall process, do we just need to, and this sounds really silly, what I'm going to do is install module name SelMVP repository. Oh, sorry, no, scope, current user. What's it whinging about? Why is my it's probably because my package repository. Going on there? I have broken my PowerShell. Unable to resolve packages from source. What's going on? I need to reinstall something, I think. But anyways, like essentially what I can do is already installed here. Okay, well let's get rid of that. I don't want to muck around with I want to basically, the idea is I want to install it to the locally, remove the path. It's just program files, isn't it? Yeah, it's Windows PowerShell. Let's get rid of that. Yep, gone. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and reinstall that to my local repo. Windows PowerShell modules. Where is my local one? Where's my local repo? Where is it? Let's have a look. What's it say here? That's that in. Okay. All right, so that's where it is. What's it whinging about now? Yes, all. Okay, cool. So he installs the package anyway. Where did it install package? Where did it install Selenium? That's the question. Did it install locally? The following commandments, yeah, that's fine. Okay, it installed it to the local scope. Okay, so we're going. The interesting thing is that where's my fucking. Where's my module? Import module. Following command. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I've just got like so many. I need to like redo my rebuild my. So not fun. When you've got modules lying all over the place, you kind of need to go and clean them all up occasionally. Okay, so that should have hopefully cleaned it up. No, it doesn't. The following commands are already available. This module maybe. I'm just going to have a quick look at Selenium, see if it got a new version. What version is it? Because I did make a whole bunch of changes to Selenium, and I'm wondering if it got built. This is a pre-release version. Yep. When's the late? Oh, so it was 8 months ago. So this hasn't been another release for ages. So I don't know why that's open. I'm just going to allow Polo. So that's now installed. You can see it there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab that, shove that there, get rid of that, and then I'm going to go import module, SelMVP. Due to limitations within PowerShell, the modules not supported on call yet. That's fine. So what I'm going to do here is go import module MVP. Oh, okay, yeah, because we're already in that. Okay, let's just run on Windows PowerShell. So, whoops, where's terminal? No, I don't want another PowerShell 7, I want a Windows PowerShell. Okay, so let's just jump to Windows PowerShell, so import module. Okay, now home for Windows PowerShell is different. So let's go and grab that and that, and let's go and shove it in there. So, God, this is a pain in the bum. Now let's try it. Okay, cool. All right, so that's basically loaded without requiring a version. Like essentially the idea is that having versioning is so you can have them running side by side, but this doesn't really need to do that because essentially there's not many changes that are getting pushed out. So I was thinking I'm just going to leave it as is. So from that, let's go and actually out of curiosity, I just want to see if this still works. Yeah, that works. Cool. Let's just go ahead and close it, see what happens. Okay, cool. All right, so okay, so that basically means I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. The uninstall script will just be remove module names Selenium, and that's it. It doesn't need to do anything else. They're just going to go ahead and go and bin the lot. What I can do here, pause, yes. Pause. And that's it. That's how we're going to remove it. Now it's going to be uninstalled. And yep, it's gone. You can see it's gone from there. Oh no, that's Windows. Wait. Downloads. It's still there. Hooray. It's still there. It didn't delete it. No modules removed. Verifies. Okay. My modules removed. Verify the specification of the modules removed is correct, and those modules exist in the run space. Oh. That did they remove? They didn't. Let me try something. Put module. That's SelMVP. Yep. Yep. So they're still there. Let me try uninstall module. Is that going to do it? No package was found. Okay. Okay, so I think if that's the case, remove module Selenium. Force repose. No modules removed. Specify specification of the modules is correct and that those modules exist in the run space. Remove module SelMVP. Let's go. No. No modules were removed. Geez, remove modules. Pretty flaky. Done. Module info. Get module. Maybe I have to import the module. to be done. Still there? Oh boy, okay. Why is it not removing module? It's a bit flaky. Well then, okay, if I get module, oops, I might have to pull this onto the screen. So I get module. Is it unloading it or is it actually deleting the module? Moves. Oh, no, it's just removing the module from the current session. That's not what I want. Okay, so what I need is uninstall module. Uninstall module. Uninstall module command installs the module from local computer. You can't install the module if it has other modules as dependencies. Okay, so then if I say no match was found for the module names X, Y, and Z because they need to be in memory. No match was found. Really? Get module. Okay, so then let's just get installed module. No match was found. Search criteria and module names SelMVP. Looks like I'm gonna have to delete it manually because it's it looks like it needs to be registered somewhere. Where? I'm looking for it. I think it's only bound type. It's bound to the Yep. I think that's what's going to happen. Okay, so if that's the case... Ooh, okay. So we can remove Selenium. So we can go import module. Get module. Uninstall module. Then we need to remove. So we can just basically say remove item path. P/source, and that's the way we would have to remove it. User slash me slash document polish. Not find that part. Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist there. Yep. Okay. All right. Put module SelMVP, get module. Unload it, and then we're basically just gonna then that. Okay, it's parameter. If not, if you continue, all children will be removed for this item. You sure? Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. Directory is not empty. And in the bum, isn't it? Sure is. Yeah, it can't because it's open up in PowerShell. Ah, boy, this is turning into a massive headache. Betcha. Create a new one. Get rid of that. Try it again. Spin that. There we go. Oh, gosh, it doesn't need administrator rights. Oh, sorry. Whoops. Whoops. So, I was gonna say. Bit off topic. Oh yeah, okay. Well, today is arm and bicep day. Good luck. Oh yeah, good luck, mate. I hope you have a good day. Um, you definitely learn a lot, mate. So yeah, and Wayne's an excellent teacher. He's an excellent teacher. All right, so now it's installed. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open up another Windows PowerShell session, and we're just going to run this script. So first thing, it's going to run that. Pasted it. It's going to remove Selenium. Okay, gone. All right, now we're going to see what happens when we do this. Yep, can't do it because it's open. No way you can delete it. So, let me try. Okay, I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna kick this off. Just gonna open up another PowerShell, Windows PowerShell session. Ironically, Selenium's still there. Anyway. Okay, so if we installed it, so then what happens if we say import module? Okay, we can go ahead and uninstall the module, which I don't think it's actually uninstalling. And then we're going to go. Now, what I want to do is go, oh no, because you have to import the module. That's so annoying. You have to import the module because the type has already been added. It can't actually work. Let's see if I can get it. Let's just try this. Get module SelMVP. No, MVP. Yeah, it doesn't exist. So let's try uninstall module. Can I actually uninstall it? Okay, that looked like it uninstalled it. Did it? Oh, it did. Okay. So then if that's the case, then the only thing I need to do is go uninstall Selenium. Like so, get rid of that. Get rid of that. And do that. That's all we need to do. Now, the problem is that I don't make this any complicated than it needs to be. I think I'm going to need to rewrite my packaging script. I need to publish. I need to put a version there. Okay, so what I need to do. If I say go name run, let's say here, no, yes, here, environment variables, and we can basically say path version. That I can publish it, but I just need to know what the version is. Output a variable. Yeah. Oh. Okay. Well, I think we're going to leave it there for today. I've got to finish up. I have a birthday party to attend. So I hope everyone has a good day today. Very, very productive day. Learning a lot about Choco, learning a lot more about GitHub Actions, which is always good. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was very, very kind of tedious a little bit there, but yeah, quite an interesting process. So I will probably be streaming next weekend. I'm not sure yet. I don't believe that there's any other things that are coming up at this point in time. So, so just if you stay watching my Twitter, I usually pop a tweet out saying whether I'm going to stream at this time or not. So yeah, if you follow me on PowerShell Michael MICH1, I think it is the actual PowerShell MICH1. You can a lot of my tweets out there will tell you when I am streaming. But anyway, I hope you have a good day, good evening, or you have a good night, and hope to we'll hopefully see you guys next time. Ciao.